going 148 miles an hour. Right there. 150 miles an hour. $153 miles an hour. Here is what 190 miles an hour looks like on a train. This is where one of the airborne landed. We were in St. Mary Glees, and he landed on the church steeple. Several hours. And all he heard was bells. He was deaf after it happened. And there is bullet holes inside too. They have come back. Yeah, that's 82nd Airborne. All American. Cool. The day they came back. So that guy had a bazooka, but all of the other guys have M1 Grands.
So that's what it looked like?
You had to lock them.
This is the actual photo.
Yeah, they had to lock arms when they landed. These are all old M1 Grands. I don't know what that is. They're not parachutes. I can't believe they fit a whole glider in here. This is so cool. This is what a paratrooper pack carried, 120 pounds. This is Utah Beach. Very flat. The Americans were off base when they landed here, but Roosevelt said we're going to start the war right here. It's fortunate because this was not very heavily fortified. But I can't seem to find W4, which is the blockhouse that was right on the ocean, right on the English Canal, English Channel. It must be in there. I think only 132 men were killed on this beach, compared to 2,000 on Omaha. Omaha Beach is that way. Part of the original bunker of W4 that looked out to sea. That's the English Channel right there. So there is a picture taken in June 1944 of that statue. And if you look, there it is. And if you look, that building is blown apart right there. Right there. We're at the end of Omaha Beach. This is the 2nd Infantry Division. This is one of those pillboxes that had a German 88. You can see a shell mark right there. You can see a big shell mark right there, and there's the German 88 right in there. Here's what the gun mount looked like inside. You can tell a shell came right through and hit here, probably killed everybody in here. And there's another one that hit here.
Richard W. Gillum, Robert A. Burke, James D. Jones, Donald O. Larson, Raymond C. Howard, Nathan C. Carlson, Harry E. Pettit.
So this is what the Germans saw when they looked out. Our bombers bombed inland. They didn't bomb this. They made a mistake, and this was untouched. And this is where 2,000 of our men were killed. This is Omaha Beach.
What are those ships out there? Just regular boats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is 9,000 men are buried here. This is section D, row 28, grave number 46.
He's buried next to his brother Quentin. That's
Oh,
his brother
really?
Quentin.
Theodore Roosevelt Jr. died July 12th of a heart attack. Medal of Honor winner. Helped the guys start at Utah Beach. And his brother is right there, Quentin Roosevelt. This Philip Abbey is a band of brothers, 506th Parachute, 101 Airborne. Get this on video. Look at the shell holes. They tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shots there, but they finally got one in, and it blew that wall, probably from a destroyer. So they had these bunkers facing down the beach, not out like this, because the ships could destroy them. So they faced this way, and they controlled the whole beach. You know, monument for Omaha Beach. Landing on this shore, Omaha Beach. That's the old one. This is the new one.
Mamá.
Busca a la izquierda, a tu izquierda. Es imposible.
Out there in the distance is Point du Hoc. Utah Beach is behind there. This is all the high ground. This is all Omaha Beach. They made it up that draw right there. Omaha Beach all along here. Then down there is Gold Sword and Juneau. That's where they had the floating mulberries down there that were British and Canadian beaches down there. So that's the breach. That hit by bombs coming down there. This one still has the real one in it.
And some Germans in it.
155 millimeters. Yeah. These were big guns. It was taken by the Devonshire Regiment in England, from England. 4 bunkers. Here's where all the ammunition was kept. Now watch, through tunnels, they went to the 4 batteries. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then their observation post was up here. Yeah, these are all hits it took, probably from 5-inch shells from destroyers. This is the one you see in all the movies.
Wow.
Look at the view. This is what they saw. This is on the British beaches. Wow.
And what is it?
These are all hits, probably from 5-inch guns. It's another observation post right underneath.
There's a beehive in there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this got hit over here.
Yep.
C'est là-dessous. Mais comment y passer?
Those are the mulberries. Right there, what's left of them.
I don't want to get that camper.
What they towed over from England, and they made the artificial harbors. Pretty cool. Yeah, another shot of the mulberries, what's left of them. Cement encasements. Of the mulberry. This is a German 88, the most feared artillery piece in the German arsenal. Used as an anti-tank gun, anti-personnel, anti-aircraft, everything. Tie de revanche. See those people out there? This is how far our soldiers, well, this is the British beach, had to run to get cover. That's part of the mulberry right there. All the way up to here. Can you believe it? Artificial harbor starts there. Goes all the way around. This is part of them, part of the pier system.
Zie je daar nog net foto's?
There's some more of the mulberry way out there. And that's a big one that's on shore right there. This is the part of the harbor that the ships would tie up to and then unload their freight right there. Gigantic part. So this is what the ships used to tie up to. This is the front section, and then load their cargo down on it. Pretty damn big. Moon, because battleships hit it, and there's Michelle down there. Look how deep this one is, crater from about a 14-inch gun in the battleship. It's all like this all the way around. You can't walk an even surface. The battleships really smoked this thing. Placement right here. You can tell the pit was all the way around. This was blown to pieces.
They really got decimated.
To the heroic Ranger Commandos of the 116th Infantry under the command of Colonel James Rutter, the 1st American Division attacked and took possession of Point Duhan. Amazing. This is what they had to climb. Sheer cliffs.
Maman, il est là-bas tout près, le cargo. Viens Clem, on va là-bas.
Yep, these are the cliffs that they had to climb. Look at these things. How in the world did they do it with this staring at them? Just take another one.
Non, c'est un autre cargo.
Hey. Cliffs are amazing. This is one of the encasements that they didn't have cannons in them. They had telephone poles to take us out. There's one there, and then there's another one further over there. Had the encasement, but it had a telephone pole instead of a gun. And then there's the last one down there. But look at this stuff. This is the real barbed wire right here. And this is just a honeycomb in here. This is where all the troops were. They'd go down in here and it was all underground. This took a direct hit. You can tell. I mean, the blocks are tossed everywhere. direct hit by about a 14-inch naval shell. Just toss that block right out of there. There's Michelle over there to get some perspective. This is a gigantic hole. Don't go too far down. That's good. There she is. Look at the size of this hole. Gigantic.
Very nice.
That is beautiful. Absolutely. Okay, so that is the picture in 1944, and that is the house right there that got blown up. Cool. All right. Hancock Field?
I know, isn't that?
That's Syracuse. This is where the 502nd did a bayonet charge across a cabbage patch to take the Germans. All right, so these are the bridges, and this is the one that had the Belgian gate, probably right here. We're here, and this is, oh, he won the Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Lieutenant Colonel Cole won the Medal of Honor for a bayonet charge to get the Germans out of that house right there, and that's the real house. Unbelievable. House, and this is called Dead Man's Corner because that's the house. That's one of our tanks, and there was a German tank right over there, and it fired to right here and wiped out our tank. So this is the real house, and there's the real Airborne 101. This is the picture of a light tank that was knocked out. It's called Dead Man's Corner because the tank commander was in the tank burned for 3 days. Picture of the Belgian gate that was across this path on a bridge we just passed. And this is the actual Belgian gate. And it stopped our men from going through the path to get into Carrington. And over here is a real 88 with the dials and everything still there. This was a tank killer and a plane killer. This is a picture of Lieutenant Colonel Robert Cole, who led the bayonet charge at the Cabbage Patch. This is a picture looking out from Dead Man's Corner down Purple Heart Lane to Carrington. Remember, in 1944, this was just a path with 4 bridges, and the lower part was flooded. Cole led 300 men down this path, and the second bridge was blown out, so they had to swim across, and then when they got to the 4th bridge, it had a Belgian gate on it, like the one you see in this picture right here, and only one man at a time could squeeze through. And here's what it looked like when it was across the path. Cole lost over half of his men attacking this, and he led a bayonet charge to this house, and he won the house. and giving him the Medal of Honor, and that's the house that it looks like today. So as we were looking at the house, Jean-Marie and myself were discussing the Cabbage Patch attack. Drop Zone D, and this is 101 Airborne, and this is where the Band of Brothers and everybody was dropped around here?
Band of Brothers dropped.
Oh, on the other side of St. Mary Glaze, I think. This is, oh, you said 501?
501.
501 was dropped here. A hospital after D-Day for the paratroopers.
For the memory, you have the grave for the. In this parcel, you have an original grave they make for the soldier.
Oh, really? Right here,
So
huh?
for the memories, they keep.
Oh, they keep the mounds. I see. Oh.
This is the blood. These two, you have a lot of blood.
Blood stains from the paratroopers. Oh, man. Nice. And there's another one over here, Michelle. There were two German snipers in the tower, but when they looked down at the hospital, the Americans were helping some wounded Germans, and they gave up their arms and they came down and helped with the wounded. Pretty spectacular.
Zone D.
This is Drop Zone D. This is for the 101 Screaming Eagles. This is where they landed. Drop Zone D. All through here. Oh my God. Of all the drop zones that night, Drop Zone D had the best concentrated effort, with 47 planes dropping almost 900 men in this area, which was fairly swampy. Here we are, Jeep country. These are the hedgerows that were real tough to get through, and right now we're going over here because there was a German sniper right in there, and you can see the bullet holes all the way around there. And look at all the bullet holes around from our guys trying to knock them out. This was German headquarters for this area, and a lot of the paratroopers fell actually on top of this roof, and the colonel of the whole thing parachuted down here, and all he had was his pistol. The airborne guys did take this building that night.
There's a doggy that corralled them in.
Got the cows going across.
Elle l'a traîné jusqu'à une autre
Corral them in.
pour voir ce
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, yeah. Little dog. Oh, that's really.
Almost dark in here.
Yeah.
Thick.
Colonel Johnson, located on the left, his main mission was to secure the locks at Betaquette. Here are the locks. They're water locks, and they didn't want the Germans to flood all the fields. The locks weren't heavily guarded, so the Colonel Johnson took them without a fight. But then he was worried about the German paratroopers coming in, so he stationed a couple machine guns at a place called Hell's Corner. Have long to wait because about 500 German paratroopers were slogging their way toward Hell's Corner through the sunken and the waterlogged fields. And once they got there, Johnson's men opened up and absolutely annihilated them. They killed 150 paratroopers, and also they captured 250 more. Amazing. The band of brothers, when they're walking up either side of the road toward Carrington, there was a machine gun, I don't know, MG-42 or 34, in that third window over. And that's when Winters was standing there and a ricochet bullet caught him right in the ankle. Right there, right in front of that building. So what we're standing on right here is Hill 30. And this was a big battle, Bloody Gulch they called it. And it says that the 502nd took it. This is Hill 130 as it looks today. And as you look at these old maps right here, it's the 502nd, the 501st, and the 506th Band of Brothers. They were about ready to attack when the Germans actually attacked them. And the only thing that saved Winters and the Band of Brothers, because a couple companies left and ran, were the tanks that came in, and that is shown perfectly in the Band of Brothers movie called Carrington. It is absolutely great. And another group that helped was the 506th and 508th. And these are modern day pictures of our guide Jean Marie and his wife as they dressed up in World War II outfits of our sailors and paratroopers. And there she is as Rosie the Riveter. Pretty cool. And of course, they live on a road called Rue 101 Airborne. How fitting is that?